Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. While you're here, do remember to click on the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel so you wouldn't miss out the tutorials I would be putting up regularly here. Alright, so this week on Bangalore Tanglers Facebook group, our focus tangle is pattern IXORUS by Zentangle. Okay, so in today's tutorial we'll be learning the pattern IXORUS. So to create this, I'm using a 3.5 square inch Zentangle tile, my Pigma Micron pen in O1, a graphite pencil and my shading stump. Alright, so let's begin. If you don't have the style, you can the size of the style, or you don't have a white color one, doesn't matter, you can use whatever you have handy and work along with me. Alright, so to begin, just center yourself, taking a couple of nice relaxing breaths, showing your gratitude towards the time that you're taking to create something, towards the materials that you're using. Whenever you're ready, pick up your pencil and we'll begin by drawing small little dots around the corner of the tile. Alright, so once you have made the dots, go ahead and join them to form a border or frame on your tile. Once you have your border ready on the tile, we'll go ahead and draw a string. So today I'm going to draw a nice loopy string here, something like this. Alright, I'm just starting from one side of the border and just going ahead and making a loop, something like this. Alright, so once you have prepped your tile with the border and the string, pick up your Micron pen or any other fine liner pen that you're using, and let's begin with the pattern IXORUS. So this pattern starts with, let me write the name down for you. So pattern, our focus pattern is IXORUS by Zentangle. Alright, so this pattern starts with kind of a starry grid. So I'll be working on the pattern in this area of my string. So I'll start by making a couple of lines like this, which forms a kind of triangle grid over here. So once I have done that, on each of this triangle, either on the right side or the left side, whichever you choose to, just go ahead and add one aura. So if you're doing it on the left side, do on the left side on all the triangles, or if you're doing it on the right side, just do it on the right side of all of the triangle. So this just creates a nice double-lined grid for us to work with. Alright, so once I've had this down, the next step in the pattern IXORUS is to draw S strokes, like your alphabet S, and creating crescent moon shapes on either side of this double lined grid. So let me show you one here. So I'm going to start somewhere on this line here and start to draw the alphabet, yes, but in such a way that it's going under out of this double line and coming out like this. Okay, it's the S is going under this double line and coming out, so that it makes a crescent shape on either side of this double line. All right, so let's do that on all of the lines here. You need not worry about the S shapes that you make being symmetrical, or like if you notice here the crescent shape is more and here it's less. I mean, here it's bigger and here it's smaller, so it doesn't really matter. Just go ahead and do those nice little crescent shapes by drawing the alphabet. Yes. All right, so now that you have this down, the crescent shapes, the next step in pattern IXORUS is to ink in these crescent moon shapes. So you're taking your time to ink in. Remember, keep turning your tile as per the comfort of your hand. Slowly working around, filling up all of these crescent moon shapes this way. Focusing on the current pen stroke, slowly inking in all those crescent moon shapes here. So once you have inked in all those crescent moon shapes, now we are going to aura around these crescent moon shapes. All right, so we're going to consider one triangle after the other and start the auras. Like, say if I go ahead and add aura here first, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add one line around this crescent moon shape, and then I'm going to go ahead and add one line around this. Again, I'll go back to this and again mimic the same shape here, and then again another one here. So I'm going to alternate between the two and fill these areas with the repetitive strokes, mimicking these crescent moon shapes. Alright, so I'm not going to add couple of them continuously around one and then going to other. I'm always going to alternate between the two. So when you encounter these areas, you can either assume that it goes under this aura and comes out, or you can also just add auras in whatever remaining shape that is there. Alright, so let's do that again here. Just take your time to draw each aura going around the moon shapes. Take time and breathe with each of the stroke that your pen creates. Without worrying about how the tile looks in the end. We are not going to pre-plan anything. Have a light hold on your pen so that your hands is as relaxed. Alright, so just take the time to fill in each of these triangle grid with auras. Alright. I have my final one here. Here you go. So this is the pattern IXORUS. Alright. So we are going to add couple of other patterns and complete the tile. So my next pattern that I am going to add here around the IXORUS is my pattern flowers. So, but I'm going to, so let me write it down, flowers. This is also again by Zentangle. So this is a grid pattern wherein we begin the pattern by making grids. So I'm going to do a kind of a different variation of flowers here, which deviates slightly from the original flowers. It's a nice little variation, adding kind of a festive look to the tile here. Alright, so once I have this down, what I'm going to do is divide each of the column here in this way to form squarish or rectangular shape. And when I come to the next row here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing but in between those lines. So my next one will be here and here. So again in the next row I'm going to draw a line in between these two lines here. So something like this, working around all the columns of my tile. So assuming the other line is somewhere over here, and then one line here and here, and then working in the same pattern, just taking your time to adding all those, making the grid for flowers. So once I have this down, what I'm going to do is at each of these points, end points of the line, where the line touches these double lined of the rows, I'm going to add kind of a half diamond shape here, and I'm going to ink it in. So again at this point, so basically at the tip of the lines I'm drawing kind of a little tiny triangle here, and I'm going to ink it in. Alright, let's go ahead and do that for all of the vertical lines here. Alright. So I have a couple of different variations of IXORUS that I have done, and I have shared those on my Facebook page, Vandana Krishna Vandana Krishna Art Studio, and also it is up on Facebook group, on my tangling group on Facebook, which is Bangalore Tanglers. So you can go ahead and have a look of the variations of pattern IXORUS there. Alright, so here we go. This is a nice little variation of pattern flowers. Alright, and in this area I'm going to add pattern muka. Alright, so I'm just going to start somewhere over here and make the stem kind of a thing which curves up, forming a pod, and then comes back to complete the stem. So I'm going to go ahead and add them in here. So you can add them in any direction, turning your tile. You can hold your tile at an arm's length and see where you want to add the pods. Notice I'm not too worried about the size of the pods all being the same, or the length of them being the same. Just take your time and enjoy the marks that your pen makes on the paper. Alright, so once I have my muka down, so the third pattern we did was muka again by Zentangle. Alright, so once I have them down, in these in between spaces, I'm just going to add one complete aura like this. Whatever the shape that is there in between, whatever size it is, doesn't matter. Just go ahead and add one single aura fitting in there. In whatever space that is available to you. So once I have my auras down, I am going to add small little orbs, kind of like smushing inside this shapes that are there. just take your time, and if you don't want to make these orbs, you can even fill these entire space with ink. It kind of adds a nice drama to your tile with the ink. Nice contrast with all these white pods. The ink looks nice, or even these orbs, or you can even experiment by just adding lines. So just kind of take your time with the tile, look at it at an arm's length and see what you want to add. Alright, so once I have my tangles down, I'm going to add some graphite to the tile just to enhance the patterns. Alright, just to add a little depth. So with IXORUS, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add around this shape itself. Alright, so just holding my graphite pencil almost parallel to the paper, I am going to just slightly color some graphite in this way. And for my pattern flowers, what I'm going to do is at the bottom of this double line that is there, I'm just going to lightly put the graphite down. Alright, and with my pattern mocha, I'm going to add the graphite on the pods, on the bulging end of the pods, just to give it some dimension. Alright, so once I've got my graphite down, next with my blending tool or the paper stump that I have here, with light circular motions, I'm gonna just smoothen this graphite out, kind of like working them down to the fibers of the paper. Alright, so whatever step you're in, whether you're putting down your pencil marks of border and string, or if you're tangling or adding the shade, wherever you are, remember you can always turn your tile, keep your hand in a comfortable position, take some moments to even pause and look at your tile as to where you want to add contrast or shades of gray. So notice here I'm just working lightly, just restating the graphite line this way, and just working them into the fibers of paper. Final few moments where you add in your initials on your tile, sign your tile, and take time to appreciate what you have created. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked the tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe. And thank you once again, guys. I'll be back soon with a new tutorial. Thank you.